Righto. Oh, let's see if I can clean this camera up a bit. Oh, I've made it worse. Ha! Is that better? Got a bit of a glare, haven't we? Oh, well, it is what it is. My mate's always telling me off. He says, never have that daylight behind you. It says, plays havoc with cameras. Oh, hello. Princess has got in here. This one's called Staying in the Spirit, ladies and gentlemen. It really, really is. We find ourselves in times where people are talking about desperate measures. You know, they don't feel their self. They're questioning their sanity, having to stay in all the time, and that life, you know, is it ever going to return to normal? Well, you tell me what normal was. That's the big thing. What was normal? I mean, to me, when I look back at my life and my childhood, Frankie, hello, darling. How are you? Lovely to see you, Gorge. Lovely to see you. Yeah, that's a bit better, isn't it? So I come into this world and I just, I thought I'm going to get on this. I'm going to have a gig, and because of that mentality, we do what we do. We just do. So I don't care whether they're frog marching down Whitehall, whether they're frog marching down my bloody street. I'm going to give it to the system, right? And I'm always going to tell them bollocks, because I just don't recognise these people that are doing all this evil stuff. I really don't. And that's the mentality I want you lot to have as well. LAV TV, enjoyed your YouTube yesterday. God bless you, mate. Thanks for tuning in. It's always lovely to see you. Frankie McElherron. How are you, Frank? Lovely to see you, doll. Owen Lloyd Martin. Hola. Hola. How you doing? Have you got a new senorita in your life yet, Owen? If not, why not? To be fair, I'll send mine over if you fancy. Welcome, Elavi, mate. It's lovely to see you. Thanks for tuning in. So at the minute, there's so many people. Oh, I'm giving up this. I'm giving up that. Why would you? This is a time to stay strong. This is a time to stay in that high vibration and go, I don't care whether there's a tidal wave coming. I don't care if there's a wall of fire. I'm not having it. I couldn't care less. That's the spirit we need to be in, people. We need to have that bomb-proof spirit about us. You know, Kent police marching all over me ass the other way. I'm offering them cups of tea. They were stood out in the rain. I said, why are you standing out in the rain? Come in, man. Come in. Don't be, what's going on? And they're trespassing on my land, but I'll forgive them. Live next week, sovereign decree class. Yes, yeah, we can do a sovereign decree class. Why not? Celtic Crusader, Happy New Year. It is a day today, a year ago, round about this time, that my Rottweiler sadly decided to collapse on me, and I rushed her to the vets, but I lost her. I've given her a casket, a bit of a hug and a kiss this morning. I've told her that I love her lots and that she must stay safe and stay close to me until I'm with her again. I've got these devils prosecuting me for saying my children's names. I hope I can learn something to fight them. Really? Well, don't forget, they can only lay claim to own a birth certificate, all right? But they can't lay claim to own this. So if you want to try and find your freedom and you want to get a result, use this. Use this book. Pick it up. Buy yourself one, right? Dave, if social workers are going to hell for their actions, can they repent and then go to heaven? Well, it says that repentance is all right, but it does say that every man and woman shall be judged by the deeds that they did in the body, good or bad. It doesn't say in between. If you're involved in wickedness, spiritual wickedness, and you're doing bad things to people, guess what? You're all going to be judged. We are all going to be judged. I'm trying to live a righteous life. Very tough, very hard. Bible, yes, this is your freedom. This is your freedom. I'll give you a little bit. This is your absolute freedom. I know it's like, Bible? Did he just say Bible? Listen to this. For we, which have believed, do enter into rest. As he said, as I have sworn in my wrath, if thou shalt enter into my rest, although the works were finished from the foundation of the world, for he spake in a certain place on the seventh day on the wise, and God did rest on the seventh day for all his works. This is just a fantastic book, man. Hebrews is just a fantastic place. For every high priest taken from among men is ordained for men in things pertaining to God, that he may offer both gifts and sacrifices for sin. Who can have compassion on the ignorant and on them that are out of this way? For that he himself also is compassed with infirmity. This book, and no man taketh this honour unto himself, but that he is called of God was also. So also Christ glorified not himself to be made a high priest, but he said unto them, Thou art my son, today have I begotten thee. I tell you this, if you want to truly, my friend went into a court in Essex for a speeding ticket, and he told the court that he was a bondsman for Jesus Christ. And the court said, thanks for coming. You go home, you have a nice time and a nice life. He never heard any more. He never heard a dicky bird. This is, guys, I tell you, we're all scorned from it. We're all, oh no, he's a Bible basher. No, I'm not a Bible basher at all. It's the law. The Bible's the law. It's God's law. And they can't breach it. Trust me when I say no magistrate, no barrister, no politician can go against God's law. They're going to run from you when you start spitting the truth, because the Bible's a fact. In their system, their Bible is a fact. It's what the cornerstones of this is. Well, don't forget, God spoke, didn't he? In Genesis, God spoke the world into existence. Yes? This is good watch, where the alphabet came from, worth watching all these Meru foundations. Jesus Jones, I am graciously honoured by your presence. What is that book? Yes, the King James Version Bible. And woe betide any man or woman in official capacity that goes against that. They won't do it. Hugh Macbeth, I've just been banished to my shed. The wife's cleaning again. At least I have a fire in here. God bless. You got a fire in your shit, mate. I'm loving that. We've got a nice little log burner. Beautiful. Or you got like a little electric fire. Don't have it on too thingy, because them energy companies are going to come and smash your doors down. Remember the song, something inside so strong. Labby Sifri. Good tune, man. Good tune. Owen Lloyd Martin, mate. It is just a pleasure and honour to see that you're gracing me with your blessedness today. I love Owen Lloyd Martin, by the way. And I don't speak to him nearly enough as I ought to. Tony Gavali. All right, my son, Tony Tigavali. Woo-cha. He's a warrior. Loving it. Celtic Crusader. Happy New Year to you too. God bless you. Has anyone been out to their hospitals today? Apparently, we now got 51,000 people suffering in hospital with the Rona. Now, I want to see the evidence of that. I would have thought that if there was 51,000, that they would have opened these Nightingale hospitals. The Guardian has done a fantastic column on Nightingale hospitals. It said that not only have they not really been used, but they never had the staff to run them in the first place. The XL Centre in London, not been used. This virus has been around for about 8-9 months. Yeah, there's 12 months in a year. I know I should have been Carol Vorderman. And we started this massive campaign and this draconian stuff in March. This is all planned, by the way. And we was all, why is the hospitals? Oh, they're all gone to the Nightingale hospitals. All my friends and family, when I've ever said the hospitals are not busy, they've always said to me, yes, they have Nightingale hospitals. That's where they're going to. Fine. No problem at all. Why are the Nightingale hospitals empty and hardly being used? Please tell me. I don't understand what's going on quite here. I don't like being lied to by my people that swore to serve and protect and I'm certainly not a fool. They're preparing for red alert in the Scottish hospitals. Del boy, is that where you are, son? You up in the Hebrides? I'm cooking fish in the kitchen, listening to your stream. Cheers, bruv. Oh, you're cooking, mate. I'm on my way, bruv. Let me get out there, but I'm not jabbing and going. I'm not having a jab, and I'm not going. That's all over the news now, isn't it? Book up your 2021 holidays, and it's so simple to just jab and go. Fuck my boot sideways. When you look at TV over the years, the centuries, and you see a lot of these programs, God bless them, on telly now, like The Only Way is Essex and all these other things, the IQ and the content is, they have nothing. What do they articulate? Nothing. And people love these programs and tune into them. I'm like, you have got to be having a bubble, man. You've got to be. Oi, oi, Davey, baby, says Noisy Tone, my gorgeous mate Tony up there at the Elephant and Castle. God bless you, son. Nice to see you. Lack of doctors was the excuse. Jesus, Joe, it's a con. We've all been conned. And I'm not suggesting for 1 minute that this Rona 1984 isn't real. It is. It's as real as the flu. It's as real as cancer. It's as real as liver disease. It's as real as dying because you've shit yourself and you're laying in bed. It's happening. People are getting whatever it is that this is. However, is it this big thing, this big global thing that they're overplaying and overkilling? They're playing it like a violin. I don't think it is, because I'm not seeing any hard evidence of that. But if there was the real big hard evidence that people were getting it and massively dying from it, I'd be all over it. I'd have 3 condoms on my head right now, looking like a beach whale. I really would. I'd be taking no chances, right? No chances whatsoever. And that's why an Irishman always wears 3 condoms, to be sure. Had to take the father-in-law 2 nights ago. There were 2 people sat in A&E. 51,000 people on the BBC, the ITV drivel are telling us that these hospitals are overrun with 51,000 people. Let me tell you, people, that's carnage. That's like a scene off a film. It's not happening, because don't forget, that's 51,000 people in there with the Rona 1984, alongside everyone else that's in there that's having breast implants, penis reductions, warts pulling out their bum holes. That's a lot of people. That's massive. That's a real burden and a stress on the, God bless them, the National Health Service. Are we really seeing this evidence? I'm not too sure we are. Videos are being put out on BitChute on Hospitals Empty. Put them on YouTube. You're banned. There you go. BitChute, I have to say, although I've not really got my head around BitChute at the moment, is a very fine and fantastic platform. It is one that is not, it's impartial. Now, we used to have a press in this country that were fairly impartial. The BBC, the British buggering corporation, many years ago were given their bits and bobs to do, and they had to, their founding documents and their charter is to be impartial. That means both sides of the fence, whether the fence is black one side and blue the other, it means you report fairly and openly on both sides. All right. Now, trust me, people, if I was seeing massive evidence that this thing was real, I would be saying, people, listen, the hospitals are rammed. This is tasty. Be careful. Stay at home. Don't go out. But what evidence are we seeing? In the village that I am adjoined to, in the 2 villages, very rural in the Kent countryside, Darling Buds of May country, we have had 1 elderly gentleman allegedly pass away from this thing. Now, I've had a friend, a very dear and close friend that plays in the system, that is really part of the system, had his very good friend in a major town pass away recently of cancer. And he come home. I'm just going to generalize on this story. He said to the hospital, I'm not dying in here. I'm going home to be with my family. So he come home. He was at home for about 3 to 4 weeks before he eventually, sadly, tragically lost his life. Now, when I talk about death on here, I'm not sensationalizing. I'm not being disrespectful to the dead. I'm trying to be transparent. I'm trying to be transparent so that you can get your daily bread with transparency in the real world. Now, his friend sadly passed away at home. And when all the paperwork was going through, guess what the death certificate said and had clearly written on it, signed by a GP? You guessed it. Rona 1984. Bearing in mind that the coroners are sat at home playing on their PlayStations. Now, a coroner, who I know a coroner because I worked for him many, many years ago, their job is to tell and detect the absolute cause of death for that legal name, that individual that's played that legal character. Now, remember, your legal name is already dead anyway. It doesn't live in God's real world. Now, the family are going ape. Their loved one, their husband, their father, the son to his parents passed away from cancer, not Rona 1984. But what was he labelled? And I'm expecting this video to be pulled, right? I'm expecting this with what I'm talking about right now to be pulled. I don't know how monitored my YouTube channel is, but this one's quite sensitive. Didn't die of the Rona 1984, died of cancer. But the death certificate, that's fraud. That's lying. That's conspiratorial. That is using this to an advantage for a political advantage. So this time period is a political agenda, ladies and gentlemen. It is not about telling the truth. It's not about doing right by people. This is used for political sway. Lord knows, years ago, Tim Fortescue, the chief whip in the 70s for Edward Heath's government, Edward Heath that signed this country into the European Union, who's now that we're just apparently leaving and the flag has now been taken down, Edward Heath's chief whip said if we get any of our ministers come to us with scandal, we will try our best to cover it up. And they said, and the interviewer said, well, why would you do that? He said, we store up brownie points. He said it could be drugs, women, money, young boys being abused. They would cover it up to store up brownie points. Get these people out of this fucking country. Get them out. Storing up brownie points for a child being sexually abused by Cyril Smith or someone like that. Come on, people. We're better than this. Are we not better than this? I think we are. My mum used to cook for the MPs. I wish she'd have poisoned them. Yeah. Listen, it is what it is. Kobe and P. Hello, sweetheart. Frankie McElaren, love you, dude. Love you. I'm going to call you later, Frank. Well, I'm going to call you Frank all the time, but I shall ring you at some point because I love you, man. You're a dude and you're a right warrior. And I see a picture of you with my gorgeous mate Heapy the other day. He's a mountain, isn't he? I've not met him yet, but I imagine he's got. What I want to know, Frank, is his hug as strong as yours? Because you owe me a spare rib, son. I had a cuddle with Frank McElaren a couple of years ago, and he grabbed me, ran the waist, and gave me and I love a big cuddle, I really do. And I could feel one of my ribs popping. I thought, well, I'll have a spare rib later. Be right back. Jesus Jones, mate, listen, go and put the kettle on, have a wee, do what you got to do. 88-year-old dies hour after the vaccine. It's mad. And people are queuing up for this jab and go, you know. They've got to get that 2021 holiday in. Now, check out the mentality of this, right? I know that in this country, we are generally pinkies. unless, of course, you've got a slightly different skin colour. But the Brits and the Irish and the Welsh and the Scots, I mean, the Scots never really get to being white. They're generally blue. I had a girl in her teens. I was on a beach years ago, sunning myself up. I had a little willy sock on. I was looking good. And this girl come and sat next to me, and I went to her, fuck me. She went, what? I went, I'm white. I said, you're blue. Where are you from? She went, Edinburgh. I went, it figures. So we have many different shades of this skin colour. We have pinkies. We have, when I go on holiday, you know, I'm looking pretty like Indian, you know, like I'm from Sri Lanka or Pakistan. I can get a nice deep tan on me. People love getting away. We love spending them dollars, jumping on them aeroplanes and getting abroad. We've conquered Spain. We conquered Spain in the 70s. We conquered it. We went out there. We said, Benidorm's ours. We're claiming it. We stuck our flags in the ground. We stuck our beach towels out. We went for it. We used to get the shits. We don't get the shits no more. We have to go further afield for the shits. Yeah? But what I'm saying is we conquered them areas. But now, 2021, for the Brits, the Irish, the Scots, the Welsh, for them to go abroad, yeah, and have their yearly holiday abroad with that lovely vitamin D for a couple of weeks, sun in their Adonis-like body, they've got to jab and go. Now, we've had people contact the airlines via emails and say, whoa, what are you pushing? And they say, oh, no, it's just advice. We can't never make anyone take a vaccine and go on airplanes. But it's the agenda. They're trying to combat and get the uneducated among us. And we're not having it. Hi, Dave. I cannot forgive what the government has done up and down the country for our children. It's disgusting. Pompous arseholes, corrupt to the core. Absolutely right. The point is this. They are trying to take our spirits, ladies and gentlemen, and we are not going to let that happen. I don't care if I'm living in a beanbag on the side of the road, polishing my shoes. They are not taking my spirit, ever. I don't care who they are. Boris Johnson and all of these Nazi styles of people. They don't care, people, about us. This is a game to them. This is about political power. This is about domination. England is not a nation that has and puts up with tyrants. We generally deal with them in our own way. And when we do, things get frisky. And I mean frisky. Look back through history. Look back through history and see what happens to people that want to dictate and stick it up us. Look what happens. Just look what happens. We're not living in any different country. Them cultural echoes are still with all of us. We've just forgotten who we are. I've been checking him out. Great stuff. God bless you. Have you seen the old man in the chair? Vernon Coleman. Awesome doctor. Retired general practitioner. But I can tell all my friends and family about go and listen to Dr. Vernon. Oh, no, that's got nothing to do with that conspiracy lot. Come and doc, I've got my sleeve up. Stick that vaccine in me. Because they won't. They can't. They will not. You know, I've said to my friends, oh, the hospitals ain't busy. Of course they are. Of course there's loads of people in there with it. Well, show me. Show me the fucking evidence. No, there's not. The hospitals are pretty empty. Well, they're all in the Nightingale hospitals, aren't they? No, they're not. They're not in them. I could put a 10-pence piece on the end of their fucking nose and they still would say, no, there's nothing there. It's not there. I could super glue it with Gorilla Glue to the end of their nose and they would say, no, it's not there. It's not impairing my vision. I can see straight round it. There's nothing there. So I'm blue in the face. Blue in the face. So we go, here he goes again. Here he goes again. Oh, I wish I hadn't put that one out because they know that I'll just get on it. Dr. Vernon Coleman is a national treasure. But here's the kicker. People like Dr. Vernon Coleman are being noticed. Piers Morgan blocked Carl Vernon the other day. Piers Morgan blocked Carl Vernon. Why? I mean, he had Johnny Rotten on his programme a few years ago, giving it all about Jimmy Savile. Didn't he? He wanted the truth. He wanted to know about Naughty Jimmy. Remember, There was a time period. I'm just going to start my log burner up again. There was a time period not so long ago where there were many people in this great country turning around and saying Jimmy Savile's a nonce. And the majority of people went, nah, oh, shut up. What are you talking about? But it turns out right, didn't it? And now everyone goes, oh, Jimmy, bad man. Why? Because the truth came out. The truth came out. This is not, it's not me pitchfork. The truth come out, ladies and gentlemen, right? That's what happened with Jimmy Savile. You see, I broke my flooring. That's what happened with Jimmy. The truth came out, right? So the truth come out about Jimmy Savile. Now everyone knows that Jimmy Savile's a nonce and playing with kids is disgusting. And I personally want to send every paedophile to hell because that's where they're going, ladies and gentlemen. Runs away, no log burner for me. Why don't you like log burners? Log burners are lovely. I've got a nice bit of flue on this one. Look at that. Check that flue out. Beautiful. Twin wall up there, bit of vitreous down here. Yeah, we're loving it. So the point is, we've proved, in fact, that there was a time period where I could have sat in a pub, in a club, in a restaurant and said, here, you see that Jimmy Savile? Jimmy fix it and all that. Yeah. Oh, we love a bit of Jimmy. Do you? You love him, yeah. Well, I reckon that he's a pedo. Oh, nah, mate. Nah. What are you talking about? That's a load of nonsense, isn't it? Well, I've got the evidence that backs it up. Nah, mate. No, you need to go and see a doctor. And then bosh, the revelation, the revealing of Jimmy Savile. And the whole world now knows that Jimmy Savile is a nonce and a paedophile. Unquestionable. So the truth will come out regardless. All right. Johnny Rotten exposed him. Carl Vernon has been blocked by Piers Morgan. Well, we know that the mainstream media, their ratings, that thing up there in the background, are disappearing. And we know that people are now tuning in to more earthy characters like myself. Daddy Dragon, good friend of mine, perfect example. All right. He started off his YouTube channel a couple of years ago. He left Facebook. I'm very recent, probably 3 years ago now. And he's now about 26,000 subscribers. And he daily shows he has over 1,000 people tuning into him. It's fantastic. I'm not quite there yet. And whether I ever get to that, I don't know. I don't really care. The reason why I come in here is because I can't know something and not share it. I have to share these things with you guys because you have a right to know. You have an absolute right to know what's going on. You have a God-given right to know the people that run your country. Of course you do. And I'm just a normal man living a normal life that's got plenty of scars, but I'm still going for it. Dave, CHP, put a turbine on the outlet, combined heat and power. Really easy to do. They make it sound hard to put people off. CHP, what are you chatting about? Do you have Kobe? Are you? You're the individual that I was going to have a chat with the other day, when I about you've done degrees and all that in renewable technologies and stuff like that. I need to talk to you. I really do. Do you have a carbon monoxide detector, Dave? Yes, I do. It's up on the wall there. Beep, 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 beep. Can you see it? You can probably just about see it out there. I've got 2 log burners and because I come off mains gas. 904 subscribers in a year. Yeah, it's good. And I'm pretty sure at some point it will just, but I'm not overly worried about that. I'm not overly worried about numbers. My thing is time. We need to get this information out there. You know, people like Graham Moore, I salute them. Dr. Vernon Coleman, I mean, I just salute him. And Carl Vernon himself, his channel is just fantastic. You know, and there's all this information, you know, like I said earlier about the Super Juice Me video. If you watch Super Juice Me, it will change your life. It will change your outlook. It will change who you are. It's amazing, man. Belfield, Farage, yeah, he's good, Belfield. Farage, Mad Tusi, Neil, and YouTube more popular than ever. Yeah, Maya Tusi's channel is blowing up. Alex Belfield, I think Alex Belfield used to work for the BBC. We've got Anna Breeze Media. She's been deplatformed from YouTube. That's why I'm not overly fussed. I'd rather you all use Chinese whispers and get the words out there. I really would. Del Boy, I become interested in alternative energy when my niece died from a badly fitted water heater. First night in her friend's new old style rented flat. They both died. No way. Oh man, was that gas? Was that? I've spent 30 odd years in the gas industry. Spear thrower, lovely to see you, mate. D. Allen, nice to see you, mate. Thanks for tuning in. As always, rip the knob off. And we've got Boris Johnson in the room, ladies and gentlemen. Boris the Knob Johnson. Actually, I'm pretty sure you're not a knob, but Boris is. He says he's a champagne Charlie, isn't it? He just wants to mull over the peasantry and just abuse us. But we ain't going to let that happen no more. We're taking back our freedoms, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you. Bill Gates has been at it again. I mean, he couldn't even build a computer without having a virus plague it, could he? I just endorse and send it back, Lauren. Yes. Actually, I've got some fantastic letters about endorsements and bills of exchange. I really do. And it's good. But the energy companies just had my pants down because they were going to switch my power off. But I will be building something in March time. And I'm hoping to be completely off grid by March because I have all solar panels. I have 92 solar panels with lots of inverters, but currently I can't use any of it. And it's been fairly sunny today because it will flick up on their meter and I'll be paying for my own production. It's not fair, is it? It's not right. These energy companies are really nasty people, but it's taught me a lesson and it's made me stand up on my own 2 feet. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you. So the point of this video is I don't want none of you getting desperate. I don't want none of you getting depressed. If you start feeling because you can't get out, just start working out. Do something. Get an interest. Find an interest. Do something. Stay physically strong. Stay mentally strong. Since I've been weight training, I feel mentally stronger. Now I'm seeing all my pecs fall back into line and my chest muscles popping out and my arms getting big and the rest of my body all fall into a line. I'm focused. I'm really getting focused. I'll be running a 60-mile cable from your panels. You can have it. You can have it because I can't use it at the minute. I might as well run it up to your place. Wouldn't trust any parliamentarians to babysit my children. No. Some words that I really detest that the government say. We're from the government. We're here to help you. They're never here to help. They're here to help themselves. I'm still off grid now, 10 months. Frankie, yeah, you're doing well, man. You are doing very well, Frank. God bless you. Now, if I was living on my own without my missus and the horses, I'd have told them just to take their stuff. I'd have said, take your fucking meter. I would have. And I wanted to. Trust me, it took my pride to really suck it up. I just should have said to him, take your stuff and fuck off. Take a look. Kesey Foundation, he's uploaded a plan to build Tesla free energy, long story, but looks easy to build, only small download plan. Wow, Kobe, we need to talk. How can I get hold of you? Because I can't put my email address up on here anymore because my email almost got hacked the other week, which was a bit alarming. Herd opportunity, happy days, lovely to see you. Why anyone believes politicians is beyond belief. There is enough solid proof of corruption to convince people that questioning the official narrative should be second nature. We are a people that were always taught to question our servants and to hold them to account. Now it's the other way round. We've now got our public servants bossing us, telling us what to do, telling us how to live our lives, telling us how to be. Come on, we're better than this. Far, far, far better than this. And I never knew that my life would turn into this individual that plays out before you today. I never ever realized I had the strength and courage to do what we do. We've helped a lot of people. We've had a lot of scars along the way, but I wouldn't change none of it for the world because everything is a learning experience. This experience, this world we live in is all about learning. It's all about an experience, right? And it's all about getting through to the end and never bowing down. We can't bow, people. We are the English, the Irish, the Scottish. We're gorgeous people, all different walks of colours, skin, sexualities. We should be proud. We should be putting the pride back into our people instead of taking stuff away. Because their property is on your property and for gas. Yeah, I understand that, mate. I absolutely do get that. But Kobe, I'd love to talk to you. I don't know if you can put your email up in here or send me a message on here and I'll get hold of you. Yeah, so that's where we're at, people. Don't get depressed. Don't get down. Don't let these people debase you. Don't let these public servants that are acting Luciferian, don't let them ever zap your spirit. All right. Your spirit and your essence is everything. And they know that they don't own that. They know they don't own that, but they're really trying to get it right now through these vaccines, this RNA capture. This vaccine with the RNA capture, you will not be yourself anymore. You will be something different. You will not be as God designed you to be. Think about that. Think about it. You will not be that God-given individual that you are, because this thing will take over and control your RNA, and it's the first time in history this has ever happened. And I would say normally, you know, change is good, but change and science without God is worthless. Absolutely worthless. Two Hopes Bend out, no hope, and Bob Hope. Bosh, we need to build a new Waco. I'm Bend out. I'm giving mine to Boris Johnson. Hold them to account. Yeah, make them Dracula. Spearfry, I love you, mate. You're so funny. You crack me up. Kobe P. Add solar panels, big rip-off. Talk people into having them. Don't mention the roof is rented to the... No, I've done all mine myself. All my solar panels and my inverters, I've bought them myself and put them in myself. In fact, I've got that garage at the back there. You can see there's panels on either side. That goes into a Samsung 3.6 kilowatt solar battery bank inverter. But I can't turn none of it on, because the minute that I put my own power in through and it goes back out into the grid, I'm paying for my own energy production. So as we speak, I can't turn none of it on. But I will have an off-grid generator in early spring. And I am going to be completely self-sufficient for electricity. And the energy company will then get an email to come and take their demonic property. And they can then kiss my butt cheeks forever and a day. Peeps, I'm going to go because my fire's going out. I need to go and keep on top of that. Otherwise, it's going to get chilly. We're now just coming into the chilly period. And whilst everyone's at home sat feeling fantastic about themselves because they've been wearing masks and acting like warriors, I want you to think about the people that are dying on the streets. I want you to think about the homelessness. I want you to think about the people that are killing themselves right now, committing suicide because they can't see a way out of this. Do you know how damaging this is to the human spirit? This is a very dangerous time, and one that we're not going to allow for much longer, because the people are rising, the people are paying attention, and at last they're all starting to come together. So I love you all. Stay blessed, stay safe, and I'll see you all very soon. Remember, tomorrow is New Year's Eve, and we're coming into 2021. 2021 is going to be a year where many great things happen. Remember, dispel the darkness, hang on to the light. Love you.